10 minutes, I'll outline that forecast for you as we head through the rest of the work week and beyond that into the holiday weekend. It's 8:10 right now. Brian, what are you tracking as folks are heading out on the roads?
Tim, we're on the causeway here looking out at from Childs Road back towards Sacramento. And on the westbound side, we do have some delays a little bit further back towards the entrance to the causeway. This is where there's a cone out in the road, and so that is just a traffic hazard enough to slow traffic down on that westbound side. 99 at Florin Road, also a little slow. We're not seeing any delays on 80 or 50 coming into Sacramento, but 99 right at the Florin Road area, as you saw on the camera, a little slow there. Southbound 5 in Stockton, also a touch of slowing. They did clear up that crash over on Arch Road, finally back up to 65 miles per hour, where we had some big delays there earlier this morning. So 80 and 50 still in the green on the westbound commute. 99 out of Elk Grove, 18 minutes. I-5, a 14-minute ride, both in the yellow.
Brian, thank you. 8:11 is your time. The Ebola outbreak is getting bigger.
There are now hundreds of suspected cases. What health officials say about the risk of global spread.
Plus a warning from Sacramento County health officials why they are warning you not to eat wild mushrooms.
But first, how about a live look outside from our Sutter Butte sky camera? It is 8:11. We'll be right back. New fallout this morning in the war in Ukraine. People in the capital of Lithuania were told to take shelter after drones were spotted near the border with Belarus. The president and prime minister were rushed to safe locations. Airspace over the Vilnius airport was closed for about an hour. No drones were spotted crossing the border, but this was the first major alert in a NATO capital since the war started in 2022. Belarus is Russia's main ally, and the Kremlin has been using their territory to launch airstrikes.
New developments in the growing Ebola outbreak. Today, the head of the World Health Organization said the risk of spread is low on the global level. However, it's high at the national and regional levels in Congo and Uganda. He said Uganda has confirmed 2 cases in its capital. There are nearly 600 suspected cases, and they expect that number to keep going up. Now, a warning from Sacramento health officials: don't eat wild mushrooms. 3 more people have been poisoned. Those people accidentally picked and ate death cap or western angel mushrooms. There have been 49 confirmed cases of mushroom poisonings between November and the beginning of this month. There are also reports of severe liver damage from them. 4 people have died. At least 4 others have needed liver transplants.
Targeting immigrants. That is what one Northern California man was convicted of. He took tens of thousands of dollars from people in return for what he claimed was citizenship.
It's the subject of our latest documentary, Selling Citizenship, that airs tonight. Here is a look at the impact of that scam.
Sometimes my kids asking to buy an expensive toy, and I say no because I don't have money. And I feel bad because I spend my money to these guys for nothing.
Their petitions would be denied by Customs and Immigration Services. And he would say, well, you need to then build up this profile.
And at one step, it's all done. I mean, you complete as a citizen, because the list of 24 steps that we have taken is taking you into the road of citizenship.
They would go to the DMV or the passport office or immigration and say, hey, I'm trying to get my driver's license, and the people would say, no, you're not a citizen. And then they'd go back to Hansen, and he'd go, well, yeah, because you have to establish residency, and I'll help you with that.
A driver's license, a bank account, a library card.
If you pay me more money, and I'll go through this list of things that you've got to do that I can help you with at this point.
Our KCRA3 documentary, Selling Citizenship, airs tonight at 9 on KCRA3.
And this is something our Investigate team has been working on for several years as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, switching gears, let's talk weather as we look into this Wednesday morning.
Yeah, so we're heating up. That's the short-term forecast. If you like a little taste of summer like we got yesterday afternoon, stick around. You're going to like the forecast. If you're saying, Tamara, let's ease back down, well, we're going to do that over the weekend. Follow me along here. Let's just do a little show and tell. Beautiful view here from Lake Tahoe. Yeah, a few high clouds stretched off there along some of those Sierra peaks. Temperatures are still quite cool in the mountains. It's 42 right now at South Lake Tahoe Airport. And keep in mind, as you look at that beautiful, refreshing water, as we're going to be heating up here locally the next couple of days, the water temperature this time of year in Tahoe still in the 50s. 67 is the number right now at the Door Modesto, 65 in Stockton, at 64 in Sacramento. And we are seeing a little jog up valley floor wide, 3-degree bump up in spots like Stockton, Modesto, and Yuba City. It's about 5 degrees warmer in Truckee, but where you are seeing a little aid from a very weak Delta breeze, we're 3 to 4 degrees cooler along the Delta and expanding out to the coast. So overall today, it's going to be toasty. We're looking at a range of lower 90s. We're in the mid and upper 90s during the day Thursday. Could still see some low to mid 90s Friday before easing down and leveling off into the 80s just in time for the holiday weekend. So in the big picture view, as you look at the weather here on the west coast, a few of those high clouds circling by, but overall the area of high pressure building is what's going to help to jog us up temperature wise next couple of days. Talking mid 60s, South Lake Tahoe, low 70s in Truckee, 83 for you Quincy. We'll be in about the mid 70s range in Pollock Pines, and then some of the lower foothills along the 49 corridor. You're looking at 85, a nice, feels like summer day in Jackson today. 86 in Auburn, 82 for you Grass Valley. Along the Delta and the Bay Area, plan for mid to upper 70s in San Francisco, but as warm as 90s you go inland into Fairfield and across the Sassoon Valley. We'll hit 93 in Lodi, 94 in Stockton, 93 in Tracy, 94 this afternoon Modesto and Sacramento Valley in the suburbs. A range here of lower 90s primarily. About 94 in Vacaville, 92 for you in Davis and around Dixon, 93 in Folsom, and 94 in Yuba City. So as you'll see here in the extended, the short-term forecast, we're heating. Upper 80s, low 90s to wrap up the work week in the foothills before basking in the mid 80s over the weekend. Sierra sunshine and no worries about thunderstorms. We're looking at highs into those mid 70s in the mountains the next few days. For the valley, yeah, it is going to be hot. That's the word through at least Friday. Then Saturday and Sunday, we ease back to the 80s. So it'll feel really nice when we go from, 96 tomorrow to 85 on Sunday.
Yes, it will.
And Memorial Day looks great for all those outdoor plans.
Fantastic. All right, thanks, Tam.
All right, things warming up on the roads?
It's starting to heat up a little bit, yeah. West Capitol Avenue, as you're making your way out onto the causeway, there was a cone that was out in the road as a traffic hazard. That jammed things up, and you can see it's a little slow now as you're heading out toward the causeway. The wide picture there showing you some of that red. It clears up by the time you get through Childs, though, and should be overall clear pretty soon. 80 westbound coming into the split, looking good. Minor delays on the Cap City Freeway. 50's all clear. 99 at Florin Road, still a little sluggish there on that northbound side. As you're coming in from Elk Grove towards Sacramento, I-5 is clear with a little slowing just north of the pocket, trying to merge onto Highway 50. And through Stockton, all clear there. For our travel times, 80's an 11-minute ride out of Roseville, 50 out of Folsom. We're at 15 minutes, both in the green. 99's in the yellow at 17 minutes. I-5 in the yellow at 14 minutes. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. Still ahead, a new tool for Stockton Police.
How body cameras will now start helping officers break language barriers.
And an iconic roadside landmark will soon be back. Why the rebuild of Nature Woods water wheel can finally move forward. Welcome back. In Roseville, 2 men are facing charges after police say they sold cars that they rolled back the odometers on. According to officers, Rustam Mirzov and Dmitry Grundin ran a fraud ring throughout the region. They were arrested in Sacramento County. Officials found 8 more vehicles with odometers that had been tampered with. Both face charges of ID theft, theft by fraud, and tampering with an odometer.
The iconic water wheel is returning to Rancho Cordova's Nature Wood Home Furnishings. Now, if you don't remember, this is what the wheel right off of Highway 50 looked like before a car crashed into it, and that happened on Valentine's Day. Here's that moment. CHP says the car just flew through a chain link fence, slid sideways through the parking lot, then smashed into the wheel. You can see the aftermath there. The driver was suspected of driving under the influence. But here's the good news. The store says they got the permits and they are ready to start rebuilding. So do we head it back?
There we go.
All right. Stockton police say they have a new feature now on their body cameras.
So check this out.
Please drive safely, okay?
الرحب والسعة هذه رخصة فقط رجاء قد بأمان حسب.
So officers now have real-time translation, and if they're dealing with a language barrier, all they have to do is push a button on their camera, then speak. The camera then translates their words into just about any language.
Reduce misunderstandings during high-stress incidences. It will help officers better assist victims, witnesses, and individuals in crisis who may struggle to communicate in English. And it will ensure that people receive the help, the protection, and services they need without hesitation.
The cameras can also translate more than 50 languages.
As climate change impacts communities around the world, Solano County officials are asking residents to share their ideas and help shape the future. Tonight, there will be a meeting about rising sea levels along the Solano Bay shore. Officials will go over updates, priorities, proposed strategies, and challenges while answering questions and hearing feedback from residents. That meeting starts at 5. You can register at the website on your screen. Well, hundreds of firefighters are working to put out a fire in California.
One home destroyed. Now we're hearing from the homeowner who says they lost everything in the Sandy fire.
But as we head to break, taking a live look at Rancho Cordova. We'll be right back, everyone. Stay with us.
Now, a KCRA 3 update.
Good morning. Time now is 8:27. New homes and stores could soon be coming to the Blue Diamond Factory property in Midtown Sacramento. The company is selling about 35 acres of its campus to a Sacramento-based developer for the project. The developer is still working on plans, but hopes to provide up to 2,000 homes, stores, and community amenities. More details on the design and planning will be shared in the coming months. Time right now is 8:28. Let's get a look at your forecast with Ophelia.
Mike, walking out to a really nice morning. Just a few clouds as we step outside. Currently, temperatures are comfortable in the mid-60s in the valley, upper 60s in Placerville, Truckee, and South Lake Tahoe in the upper 30s and low 40s. The winds are light and will stay light today. Maybe just a light delta breeze will pick up later on in the afternoon. Aside from that, get ready for some heat with temperatures climbing into the low to mid-90s in the valley, mid to upper 80s in the foothills. Highs will be near 70 degrees around the Lake Tahoe Basin. 8:28 right now. Let's check in with Brian Hickey with a look at traffic.
Thanks, Ophelia. And we'll start here along Interstate 80 as you make your way out through West Capitol and toward the Causeway. Traffic's still a little slow there. And then also 80 westbound right near I-5. There was also a minor collision, but so far not seeing any major delays from that. 99 through Florin Road, we're looking better here. Still a little slow traffic though, but our travel time is back in the yellow. It's a 17-minute ride now. It was in the red. I-5 at 13 minutes northbound, 50 westbound from Folsom, a 15-minute ride, and 80 out of Roseville, we're at 13 minutes. Mike?
All right, thanks so much, Brian. Coming up next on My 58, many of the best swimmers in the country, including several Olympic medalists, are all competing in Sacramento this week. We'll take you poolside as that event begins this morning. We'll see you there on My 58.
Where the news comes first. Northern California's news leader for 70 years. This is KCRA 3 News on My 58, live at 8:30 a.m.
Same goal, different look. A Rancho Cordova food pantry getting an upgrade. What makes this stand out?
Plus, developers have big plans for part of Blue Diamond's Sacramento factory. How neighbors feel about the proposed changes.
And man, we have not even started yet. You can feel the energy here in North Natomas at this swimming pool. Why? A chance for you to come watch Olympians and future Olympians up close and personal. I'll give you the details coming up.
Water is going to feel so good with these temperatures today.
A lot of folks are going to be looking for that. They have the same idea. But there's one pool might be a little closed to you right now, or you're going to be the slowest person in it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Cherry.
And I'm Brandy Cummings. Let's head over to meteorologist Tamara Berg. Tamara, just how hot is it expected to get today?
Yeah, we're soaring towards the 90s. We did it yesterday, officially making it in downtown Sacramento area to 90 on the nose today. Think we're going to inch up a little bit more as that thermostat by Mother Nature goes up a little bit. You could see a little filtered sunshine outside, but overall, light winds, the filtered sun's around. Still looking at a warmer day on the horizon. We're going to be feeling the heat as those temperatures soar about 10 to 15 degrees above normal through the end of the work week. But then for folks that are eyeing the holiday weekend in view, temperatures will drop back, and I've got a stretch of some quiet weather ahead through the weekend and into the holiday, of course, Memorial Day on Monday. 66 is your number out the door right now in Auburn. If you're opening the door in Sacramento for the first time in the morning, it's 64 for you, 65 in Stockton, 67 right now in Fairfield. There's not much movement in the way of wind, so the air is a little stagnant as you make your way out the door to walk the dog or get the kids to school this morning. For the morning, temperatures quite pleasant with those upper 50s to lower 60s by the afternoon. Yes, eyeing that filtered sunshine and a little bit warmer as we start to make the move into the lower. Few spots in the valley could get to the mid 90s. Coming up here in my full forecast, I'll detail the heat that's ahead, especially for Thursday and into the Friday forecast. Before we see a big downturn in those temperatures by the holiday weekend, I'll detail all of that for you coming up in a little bit. 8:32. Brian, is there anything catching your eye on the highways?
Yeah, we have a little slowing right now westbound Interstate 80. This is the camera at Truxell looking over towards the I-5 connector, and right in this area here there was a minor collision and that slowed things down. As you can see, some of the yellow on the map there. And of course we have the regular slowing on southbound I-5 that always gets congested as you cross over Interstate 80. So that's all happening now. A little slowing on westbound 80 right now through Antelope Road. Here's 99 at Florin Road. Still slow traffic there as you make your way in from Elk Grove. As you can see on the map here, that is now yellow. It was red. And I-5 mostly in the green with just a little slowing right as you come into downtown. Southbound 5 just right around Alpine. There's a 2-vehicle crash there. There's some debris in the number 2 lane, so that's causing a bit of a slowdown there on southbound 5. Otherwise, travel times all in the yellow with the exception of Highway 50, which is still in the green at 15 minutes. Mike?
All right, thanks so much, Brian. Turning to our wildfire coverage right now, as thousands remain under evacuation orders in Ventura County. About 850 firefighters are working to get the Sandy fire under control. It started Monday morning in the Simi Valley area. One woman has already lost her home. She lived there since 1987. She talked about the moments before the flames reached her doorsteps.
Saw a fire on the other side of the next ridge over near the water tower. And while I was watching that, I noticed that there were sparks starting new fires down the hill. The wind went from 10 miles an hour to 100 miles an hour in no time. It was coming straight at us, and I could barely stand up against it.
Wow. Crews did work through the night, and they used the cooler temperatures and higher humidity to their advantage. That fire's burned now nearly 1,700 acres. It's 5% contained. Now, that is not the only fire that's burning and prompting evacuations in Southern California. This morning, the Bain fire in Riverside County is at nearly 1,400 acres. Broke out around 11:30 yesterday morning. Containment up to 10%. Evacuation orders and warnings are still in place. Meantime, the state's largest wildfire of the season so far has burned about a quarter of Santa Rosa Island off the coast of Santa Barbara County. It sparked Friday and has burned nearly 17,000 acres. Firefighters have been able to gain some ground with containment now up to 26%. Meantime, survivors of the deadly Eaton fire are asking state lawmakers to help them rebuild.
They say they've spent the last year fighting with insurance companies over delayed or even denied claims.
It is already state law that insurance companies are supposed to pay claims in a timely manner. They need to make sure that their customers are made whole. But what we have found is in practice that does not actually happen. People continue to face chronic delays, chronic denials.
The Eden fire destroyed more than 9,000 buildings and killed 19 people. Survivors are now backing a bill that would add a 20% interest penalty on insurance companies that don't pay claims in a timely manner.
Well, it's helped families facing hunger for decades. Now Rancho Cordova Food Pantry is getting a major makeover.
Today, leaders will cut the ribbon on the new community food hub. This is the first center in the state that will allow people to shop for groceries all for free. The organization, formerly known as the Rancho Cordova Food Locker, says the need for food assistance has skyrocketed. Right now, the nonprofit serves about 1,500 families every week compared to just 300 4 years ago. They say the traditional food pantry model no longer meets the growing need in the community.
The new community food hub was born out of the idea that there might be a better way to serve people facing food insecurity. Rather than having them stand in long lines and receive what is good nutritional food, they needed to have the ability to have some choice in how they receive that food, and food that mattered for their family, food that makes sense for them culturally, food that made sense for them, their dietary needs, especially for seniors. And we imagined the idea of a grocery store model, just like you and I get to shop in.
The project got funding from the city of Rancho Cordova, local businesses, and a state grant. Food distribution at Cordova Neighborhood Church will continue until the grocery store opens. Meantime, this afternoon, Sacramento County and city leaders will be updated on housing and homelessness solutions in the region.
So this comes after the most recent point-in-time count, which found a 12.7% rise in the number of people experiencing homelessness countywide compared to 2024. Sacramento Mayor Kevin McCarty called the count a mixed bag, saying that despite the city seeing a nearly 20% drop in those living unsheltered, there's still not enough affordable housing to help people find permanent stability. Meantime, today, leaders will hear the results of an independent review of the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency, including how to strengthen collaboration and housing voucher programs while improving transparency and clarifying oversight. Afterwards, they'll discuss next steps. This afternoon's meeting will get underway at 2 o'clock. Now, it all comes as officials look to turn the Blue Diamond Factory property into homes and storefronts.
The company is selling about 35 acres of its Midtown campus to a Sacramento-based developer. Plans are still in the works, but the developer is hoping to turn that land into up to 2,000 homes, stores, and community amenities. As part of the deal, Blue Diamond's corporate headquarters will stay on the site until the year 2030. They'll also have about 19 acres for almond processing. Neighbors are anxious to see what the project could mean for their otherwise quiet neighborhood.
Yes, we want housing for everyone, 100%. And what does that housing look like? Is it going to be in a way that's going to disrupt the ecosystem that we already have here? And how are you going to account for that?
I'm excited at the prospect of new homes. I think we need new housing. And at the same time, I'm nervous because my parking situation is precious.
I don't think it's going to be as quiet, for sure.
More details on the design and planning will be shared in the coming months.
We are now 786 days away from the Los Angeles Summer Games, in case you're keeping count. But you don't have to wait that long or go that far to watch the action.
Mike DeSalle is live in Natomas, where Olympians are in the pool this morning. Mike?
Yeah, and we are counting down to the 9 o'clock start. You can already feel the energy here in North Natomas around the pool. The officials are here. The athletes are here. The coaches are here. Take a look, because during warm-ups, it was fun to just kind of see all of these athletes. 340 athletes representing some 40 teams. This, the third stop in the 2026 TYR Pro Series, and that means a chance for you to come out today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and see some of the fastest swimmers in the country right here in Sacramento's backyard. I think that's really cool, but don't take my word for it. Listen to an Olympian and his thoughts.
I think it's really cool. I think that, swimming's one of those cyclical, every 4 years people seem to really care about it. But I think that when you can get big names local, it kind of keeps that oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, cool indeed. And remember, they were here last year, but that was in March, and it wasn't cool. It was downright cold, cloudy, windy, blustery. Hammerberg has been pointing out warm, sunshine, blue skies for this week. And so if you're looking for something to do, come on out and see this. In fact, how up close and personal can you be? Well, the stands are right there, and the pool is right here. Can't get much closer than that to see the Olympians and future Olympians up close and personal. In the North Natomas area of Sacramento, Mike Stell, KCRA 3 News.
I tell you what, if you think you're a fast swimmer or you think you've seen fast swimmers in person, wait until you see an Olympian.
Oh, yeah.
They're a blur. All right, Mike, thanks so much.
All right, 8:40 is your time. Let's head over to Tamara now to talk about that hot weather that we're expecting today.
Yeah, you know, it's always inspirational to watch them too. Then you think, I can get in the pool next time and do the same thing. Probably not, but at least you're inspired to get out there and get moving, right? And speaking of moving, our temperatures moving up today, looking at a high of about 93 degrees with some filtered sunshine around Northern California. Now, Thursday runs even a bit hotter. The good news is that's the worst of the heat is your Thursday forecast, because watching that temperature trend, we're going to see those numbers really level off just in time for the holiday weekend. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're going to back down to the 80s. I'll talk about why and the weather pattern that we're under over the next couple of days that's coming up in your full forecast in 10 minutes. 8:41 is the time. Brian, what's catching your eye on the roads?
Cameras saw a little bit of a slowdown here westbound 80. This is at Truxell, and you can see there for folks trying to merge over onto I-5, some slowing there where there was a crash right at the connector there, and that has slowed things down through Truxell. But once you get past that, 80 heading over into West Sacramento, all clear there. Some slowing on southbound 5, but that's normal for this hour. 50's all clear. 99 coming in through Florin Road, starting to speed back up there where we did see some red earlier. That's back to the yellow. That's a 14-minute ride out of Elk Grove on 99 and I-5. 50 is a 15-minute ride in the green, and 80 westbound barely in the yellow at 12 minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Brian.
8:41 is your time. It is Big Truck Day in Elk Grove.
KCRA 3's Leticia Ordaz is there with the big vehicles on display.
Well, it's a chance to hop in a garbage truck, honk the horn, and see what this is all about. We're going to tell you what this event is highlighting and how you can join the fun today in Elk Grove, District 56.
But first, a live look outside of Rancho Cordova. We'll be right back.